women, Britt Bolnick from In Arms Coaching here, and I am so excited to welcome you to the very first video of the Authentically Audacious virtual retreat to love your business, to fall in love with your business again. And I'm really excited because some of you have just joined and signed up, and some of you I've been talking to for weeks, and some of you I've met at workshops that I've been doing, but it's really awesome to have you all coming together in one group, one community for this entire week of women who are dedicated to investing and taking the time to love your biz again, to light that spark again. So I'm really excited. I have been eagerly anticipating this day that we start off on this little mini journey together. And I'm just really, really psyched to do this work with you. It is of utmost importance to me, and I know that it is important to you, and by the end of this week, it's going to be even more important to you. So I'm really excited to be doing this with you this week. So to start with, let's just go back to basics. And, why love your biz? Why is that a big deal? Why can't it just be this thing that you do for money, and it's like your 9 to 5. And I'm sort of laughing as I'm saying this because if you're here, you are not having a business. You are not in business to just work some like crap 9 to 5 job that gets you a paycheck, right? We've already eliminated the people who accept as their lot in life that they're just going to have to work their ass off at a job that they don't care about for money that they need to live, right? That's not why you're here. You're here because you know that there's another way. And you know that you can have work that you love that also earns you money, which is the entire foundation of the way that I work with women. Not only are you going to build a business that you love or work that you love, but you're going to make bank doing it, right? You're going to bring home the bacon and you're going to wake up every morning. That is the In Arms Coaching yardstick. That is the absolute minimum that we create together. And I will not allow any of my clients to settle for any less than those 3 things, right? Joy, money, and a balance with the rest of your life. So why is it important in this scheme, in this setup, to really love your biz? I'm going to give you just 3 of my favorite current reasons, just as a sort of toe dipper into this topic for the rest of the week. And we're going to be looking at this more as we go along. But number 1, feeling hot for your business, right? Really loving your business comes from feeling connected and tuned in. When you're connected and tuned in, you're rooted to the value of what you're offering. And when you're rooted to the value of what you're offering, you can communicate that to others so that the value of working with you is crystal clear, right? And this helps your ideal client or your ideal audience find you and understand that it's an investment to work with you. So I want to back up for a little bit before I go on to number 2, because the parallels between feeling hot for your business and feeling hot for your romantic relationship, your partnership, your marriage are like that. They're the same thing. And I don't need to tell anyone why it's important to feel really turned on and attracted to and connected to your partner, right? That creates a good partnership. And in long-term partnerships, we kind of ebb and flow between like, oh my God, where's an empty room? Because I'm going to jump you right now. And if I had a fork in my hand, I'd stick it in your face this second, right? There's definitely that ebb and flow in human relationships, and you'll find that in your business too. So I'm definitely not talking about being hot for your business all the time, because that would be weird. That would be unsustainable. It's too much excitement, right? But the bone structure of it has to be there, the way it is in any relationship. It has to be there to come back to, and you have to be willing to work to sustain the spark between you and your business the same way you're willing to work to sustain the spark between you and your partner. Okay, so the number 1 reason I want to share with you why it's important to feel hot for your business is that feeling hot for your business comes from feeling connected and tuned in, and ultimately that's your guiding light for having a successful business, right? For being clear about what you're offering, for being connected to the value of what you're offering, then being able to communicate that to your ideal client and have your ideal client really get why it's important for them to invest in whatever it is that you're offering. The number 2 reason why it's important to feel hot for your biz is that that's your motivation, right? This is the difference between your alarm clock going off and you being like, oh my God, another fucking day. I cannot do this another day, and smacking it off your nightstand. Or you waking up, as I often do, a couple of minutes before your alarm clock. I actually don't set an alarm clock, but that's another story. But you waking up in the morning on your own, like, I get to connect with these clients today, or I get to write this program, or oh wow, I'm so excited to sink my teeth into this creative piece that I'm offering today, right? How would waking up the latter way affect your life? How would it change your life to get out of bed every morning feeling motivated and excited and turned on about your day and what it's going to lead, right? How would it feel to start your day with a sense of joy and anticipation? Knowing that you'll be doing work that you love, that you'll have a connection with your clients, knowing that there's time in your day for you, right? And your family or whatever else you love. How would that change your day? It's a big deal. And about 95% of the time, that's what I want women who are working with me to be feeling. There are always suck-ass days, right? And there's something really valuable to be learned from them. We don't have enough time today to go into that, but those are really valuable days too. But I want those to be a really small part of your year. The third reason why it's really important to feel hot for your business, it goes under the you get back what you give category. So like a relationship with a human or an animal or even that cool potted plant that you have in your kitchen, the more love, attention, affection, and nurturing that you give your business, the more it will purr, grow a shiny new coat, and behave the way that you ask it to. That translates into clear goals, right? An almost magnetic force field-like attraction that brings more prospects to your door. It translates into exciting programs, products, offerings, higher income, and more support, meaning that you do more of what you love and very little else. So like everything else, you won't just have a baby and then feed it once and be like, it'll find the fridge, right? You don't adopt a dog and take it to the vet once and then be like, it's probably good by now. You don't just water a plant once and expect it to bloom. Living, breathing relationships take attention and nurturing. So it's important to love your biz because you're going to get back from it what you put in. My dog would not lie on my feet and warm them if I stopped feeding her. She just wouldn't. And that's important. It's Maine. It's winter. We've had 6 snowstorms in 2.5 weeks. I need my dog on my feet, right? She gives back what I give her, and your biz will do the same thing. You want a purring, warm-bellied business. And one of the best ways to get that is to give it what you want back from it. Awesome. So why does this matter to me? Why am I taking a week to work with you all intensely on loving your biz and what's missing from you loving it? I did not always love my work. I have worked since I was, technically since I was 4. When I was 4, I paid my way through private nursery school, but that's another story. But I've worked, for my own money since I was probably 12 or 13. I am a workhorse. I am a Wonder Woman. I have a fucking cape. I will work myself to the bone. And I've done that. And I shared in a private workshop that I did yesterday about this 1 year where I decided that I would pay off all my debt. And I had a really draining full-time job, 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. And then I took a second job, 5 to 6 nights a week, from 5:30 or 6 p.m. till 1 or 2 in the morning. And I did that for a year. And you know what happened at the end of the year? I paid off all my debt. I also went to give blood one day. Because my day job had promised us an extra paid day off if we gave blood. And even though I wasn't feeling that great, I gave blood because I badly needed the day off. I gave blood. I got up. My work had marble floors. It was a courthouse. I got up to walk out, and I passed the fuck out. My face broke my fall on the marble floors, and I split open my forehead and shattered my nose in 5 or 6 places. Right? That's how hard I'll work. So I definitely get the work hard, no pay, no gain, make your money, And I've done that. I've worked jobs that made me sick to my stomach. I've worked jobs that made me fall on my head and split my head open. I have worked myself to death for money. And what I learned is that if you're not happy, if your life isn't really making you happy, the money does jack shit. And of course, it's crucial. I mean, that was before I was a parent. And now I'm like, well, bills got to get paid, right? Kids got to get fed. I don't know how much your kid eats, but mine requires like feedings every 2 hours all day long because she's home with me. But I will no longer compromise myself for money. And that's a big deal, you know? And I don't want to take it too deep, but that's a big deal for women. We have a long, long, long history of compromising ourselves for money and for other things. And it became a really important point in my work life when I said, I will not do anything for money that does not make me happy. And that's kind of the way that In Arms Coaching was born, although it's a longer story than that. But this is so important to me because I'm going to get a little hallmarky on you, but I believe that the world is really fucked up right now. And I believe that we women have the key, that we can actually save it. And we're on the upswing. We're gathering forces. We're coming together in groups of women. We're creating amazing, out-of-the-box, radical work that is changing the world. But I realize now through my journey, and some of you have heard bits and pieces of it and some of you haven't, I realize that it's not only important for us to be powerful, for us to have money, it's important for us to be happy. It's important, that's a triad. We need to feel powerful or empowered, be happy, and have money. And that's how we're going to change the world. That's how we're going to take the power back. But we have to have those three things. So this whole week sounds like, I thought of it as like this cute little like promotional bit of marketing before Valentine's Day. But the more I've been working on it, the more I've realized that I believe that love is the most powerful force in the entire universe, right? Anyone who has a kid knows that. I could chew someone's head off with my teeth alone if they hurt my kid. Like seriously, I'd eat their face off. And that's because of the love that I feel. And I know that many of you understand that. So when we dedicate ourselves to really being in love with our business, we really say this is a value. My work is of value, and I'm going to change my corner of the world with my work. And because of that, I'm going to commit to it. And I'm going to commit to having an honest, loving, healthy relationship with it. And this is part of how we're changing things by really valuing having honest, healthy relationships with everyone, ourselves, our partners, our kids. Okay, so that's a rant that I could go on to you about for days. But that's a little bit about why this week became more and more important the more I planned it for you guys. And you'll hear more about it as the week goes on. So the other piece that I want to say is, why are we doing this in a Facebook group, right? There are so many pros and cons of Facebook. I'm a little bit on the fence. Yes, I use it too much, but I think it's an amazingly, radically powerful way for creating community in ways that aren't always possible in the physical face-to-face world. I'm giving you this Facebook group because I want you to be in community with each other. Amazing, powerful, magical, radical fucking things happen when women get together in community. And because you are all over the world, we can't do that in person this year. I'm not saying it will never happen, but we can't do it right now unless we go to something like Facebook. So the reason why I'm doing this in a Facebook group is because I want you all to connect. I want you all to be reading each other's writings and postings and responding and going like, woohoo, or go girl, or wow, you do that? Can we talk in a private message about that? I want you to be connecting, and I want you to be really getting the full effect of what happens when women get into community together, even though it's only a week, right? It's a short amount of time, but magical things happen as soon as women start connecting. So use this group to really be a part of the community. Make some extra time not only to be posting your responses and your work, but also to be reading other women's work and other women's responses and sounding in. So for today, the first day of this retreat, I want you to get settled. Put up an introduction, a short introduction, introducing yourself, where you're from, what your work is, why you're here, and then the 4 questions. As of this morning, this group will be private. No one else can see it. So I'd like for you to also post the answers to the 4 questions that I gave you in the homework, in the pre-homework last week. And those questions are, and you have them, I can post them again, but for right now, number 1, why is this week-long retreat on loving your biz so important for you to make space for? That's the first question. The second question is, what isn't working in your business right now? The third question is, what do you want so badly for your biz or work that you're no longer willing to settle for not having it? And the fourth question is, what would the ripple effect be of you having this thing? How would it affect your life, your relationships, even your health to have this thing in your business that you're no longer willing to not have? So that's your work for today. I'm going to be reading every single bit that you guys write and responding to all your postings. I'm really, really excited to see you all out there. And, you know, here's to community. Here's to circles of women. Here's to us changing the world, one passionate, loving woman at a time. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. Have at it.